Hello, and welcome back to Oak City Plains and Prairies. This is going to be episode 19 today. We are going to turn around and head out with our spring cleanup. So we are here in February, going to get things underway, have a lot to do. We'll turn around and take a look at the map quick. We have that section of land that we did just pick up. So all told, I don't know, we're looking at like, say 10, 50... 66, yeah, I don't know, somewhere around 70 acres probably by the time it's all usable, if we can get the whole thing turned into a field. So with that, we're just going to turn around and kind of jump in and get things going, as we have a ton to do. We have all the fields that we couldn't touch or didn't touch throughout the winter are ready to go, and all of that. So a lot to do this month, and we're just going to get to going at it. We are going to set out a bunch of AI to do quite a few tasks. Obviously, we have so much to do this month, we're just going to jump right in and go at it. So let's set this. We'll do at least 2 headlands. Yeah. Bam. And send it. So we'll get that one going here. Farm is big enough now, we are going to turn around and start hiring, AI to help out and get things done for sure. Actually, let's turn around and change this. We'll just do 1 hedgerow. You should have plenty of room. Shouldn't be a problem here. We'll start with all of that. Cool. Yeah, and then go. Rather than working 2, we're going to do what we want it to now that we messed with it in the middle of everything. Or no. Sugar beets, so we are going to have a lot to haul here. We're going to have to turn around and get a trailer. No way this thing is going to haul enough. We don't have it set up with that kind of capacity. So that is going to be a thing there. Let's turn around and jump up here and get this one started. I don't think we even need to unfold it. We can turn around and just go with the AI work. Yeah, everything should be fine there. And then we will also jump out here. Actually, we should see that we get started here decently. Just make sure that we don't have any problems. Earl and his brother Earl. You never know. Sometimes they do some goofy stuff. Alright, they look like they're going well, so then we'll jump in and get this one fired up as well. And we're just going to have it do the headland, or no headlands, just up and downs on these. Not going to worry about it too much. Alright, so now we have 2 harvesters harvesting and a grass cutter mowing, or a mower mowing. Everybody doing their thing, which is useful. We are certainly now hiring on the farm. As you can see, a lot to do and a little time to get there. Then we're going to need something to haul, so we need our fast tractor. I think we should be able to get away with our fast tractor. There we are. Get that fired up and head that out. Oh no, we're gonna have to go grab a trailer, so let's go grab that quick, and then we will head out, as we know that sugar beet harvester is going to be the first one that we are going to have to empty. So here we are going to just turn around and stage here for our dumping. Gets us up on a nice vantage point on the hill here. We can turn around and see just about everybody working except the mower off there in the distance, but we do have our beet harvester on its way here, and we have our sorghum combine working over in that direction, so anything happens, we are here to see it all go down. But with that hill, that thing is barely creeping up over the hill, so definitely using, you know, all the horsepower that thing has just to get it up the hill there. There comes out our first wage payment there, yeah. So gonna cost us a little bit of money to turn around and get through things a little bit faster, but I think it'll pay off at the end of the day. We have to get all 3 of these fields cleared out of the way just so that we can turn around and start plowing out here and do what we want to with it. So this is just kind of cleaning up the old mess. Where's he going? Well, that's an interesting strategy for... What? Whatever. I'm just gonna let him do his thing as long as he's clearing what's in front of him. I guess that's fine by me. I don't exactly understand the donut in the field, but that's all right. So, yeah, that's a thing. Gonna have to start doing breathalyzers for the field work hands before we put them out in the equipment for sure. Some sort of medication at work there, but we'll turn around and let these get to going. Might turn around and jump in and take that one over and send somebody to lunch, but we'll turn around and get some things filled up, and then as we're pulling off the field, we'll check back in there. Here we are. The combine is going to finish up first, so we can see sorghum. We will have pulled a little over 30,000 liters, it looks like, here off of the field. Turn around and relieve that worker. We'll hop in here and go ahead and get ready to dump this. Probably easier to move the combine, to be honest, at this point anyway, just because we actually have to get that reset. Let's swing that. There we go. Get the sorghum offloaded. That is going to be a sale, obviously. We're just going to dump it. Whatever the price is, doesn't really matter. That one wasn't. Just going to be side cash bonus kind of situation is what's going on there. And then we'll turn around and drop that right into this field. Work the headlands on. Start with the headlands. Yeah, cool. Send it. See if that gets going. Nice little field of oats there. Again, oats not one we're really doing anything with, although that may be able to go in our grain thing, so maybe that one we'll turn around and dump in and see what we can do something with. So we'll get this up and going. Wow. Turn around and run this off for a quick field sale. I'm trying to figure out where our fastest sale point is from here. Probably right down there, actually. Keeps us out of heading into town. And it'll be easy. Whatever it sells for is whatever it sells for. We could turn around and maybe keep it. How much is, like, land? This would be a decent amount of, like, chicken feed. We could call it free chicken feed if we had an interest. Then we got to deliver eggs and whatnot. I think we'll just call it a field sale, because we didn't plan it. We didn't plan it or plant it. So either way, we're just gonna let it go. Call it a till under cashback rebate on the field is kind of the thought process there. We do have about $900,000 tied up into that land, so I guess anything we can get back from selling the harvest that's there is going to be a bonus, and I guess we will start chalking it off to that. So $750,000 we'll say we're at now, just for reference. and see what we can kind of get back off of this field. $45,000. So probably a down payment there. We'll turn around and head out now. I think we'll probably have to go unload the sugar beet harvester, so let's head back for that. There we are, just pulling up to the stop there, so we made that just about in time. Too much wasted time sitting there. Turn around. I think this is going to probably fill the whole trailer, actually, so we will just have to actively keep this one dumped. Just how everything is going to line up. Yeah, it sure did. Alright, so we'll just haul that out quick and go get that sold. Here we come, pulling into our dump. Again, we're going to have a few loads to pull off of this, so we are just going to turn around and sell it at the closest place. Whatever the price is irrelevant. Take a look there, 250,000 liters. Sugar beets don't sell for a lot, but you do get a lot off the field, right? 128,000 there in the first trailer alone, and we should have multiples of those coming off. So right there, I mean, we're already up, yeah, a good chunk of change. What, $175,000 or something like that off of the two. AI worker has completed their task, so that's going to be our lawnmower getting done. So we will turn around and head that up to our other field. That did get moved over, so we got both grass fields. Should set up the row here. Got both grass fields done over in this direction, and then we will head that off to the grass field up by the cattle. As that one got missed last time, we need to make sure that we don't miss it this time, and that we can get our grass stuff back underway. Kind of messed up that last harvest on that stuff last fall, so with that, let's turn around and see if we can just auto send it. If we can auto send it, we will try that. Who knows if that's gonna work or not. We'll see. Are you gonna be friendly? Sometimes friendly, sometimes not so much. Let's turn around. I suppose we could actually go grab another tractor and start picking up that hay while everything else is working. There's no reason not to. That's going to be the tractor I always jump into just because it's the easiest and quickest to grab. We won't need to plow until... Or do we set... Yeah. Just use this. Not my preferred tractor, I guess, for picking up stuff with the forage wagon. We're definitely going to need to buy some more equipment, though. We do have the eyeball in that Plains and Prairie seeder, and that thing is super expensive because this seeder just not really cutting it as far as doing big acres. And the Plains and Prairies one should be exactly that. So, but super expensive. That thing's like $700,000, $800,000 by the time you turn around and get it all. Oh, we're gonna have to run and empty this actually. Right. So let me go get that done, and then we'll head this back up to the field. So we will have to dump the sugar beet harvester here coming up one more time, at least one more time, probably two more times. We do have our combine just about finished as well. Kind of turn around and take a look at where we are here, and then we did get the mower up in the other grass field, and that's run. Left the forage wagon up there, as we will have to pick that up as well. We had to dump the straw up there at the cattle, so no point in going back and forth. Kind of forgot that that straw was in the wagon, but that turned around and had to get picked up. So there we go. We had taken that out when we took out the red silo in the farm move around. It was the only thing in there, and that had to get moved up to be stored in the other silo. So let's go ahead and grab this so this guy can get back to work as fast as possible. And then obviously we'll have to head out and dump and fill that. Or sell that, excuse me, fill that. Punching into the tires. But that's done. Alright, gets us going there. So we'll head out and we'll catch up there at the sale. We are just pulling on to our drop spot. So we'll get that out. Always people walking around here. Nice little offload here. Anticipate another good payday. 128. So we'll turn around and call that 250,000 off of that field so far, plus the money off. I think we're at around 325,000, 350,000, something like that in that neighborhood, as to payback from the field, or as far as our cash rebate goes from the harvested field there. So going well so far, still plenty to come, and we'll just get this one over and get it staged and ready for the next dump. So not a long wait at all, actually no staging needed as we're getting back to the field here. Our combine is finished, so we'll get this set up for that, turn around and get that dumped out. What did we get there? 45,000 liters of oats and some change, so not too bad there. We'll take it. And again, the thought here, I'm pretty sure we can run this through and turn it into bread, which would be a money multiplier for sure. But where we didn't turn around and plant it, we are going to turn around and just give this back the way that it is, or we're going to sell it the way that it is. So we'll just run that down real quick and see what we get out of that. There we are. Pull it in for the dump there. 45,000 liters of oats at an unknown price. Sold for $75,000. So that's going to put us up quite a bit. I mean, we've recouped at this point probably 425,000 of the 900-ish thousand that we spent on that land. So coming out okay as far as cash return or rebate, if you will. That's 50% rebate already on the fields. By the time we turn around and get the rest of the sugar beets harvested and sold, probably, yeah, I don't know, we're gonna definitely get more than 50% back anyway. We're going to be sitting in that 75% on the investment already back, and that's just from cleaning up what was on the fields. So winning proposition there. Obviously good time to buy land if they already have crop that you can turn around and snatch, especially depending on the crop. Some obviously more valuables than others, but these definitely are paying off so far. You know, 150,000 in the 2 grain fields and at least 250,000, so we're up 400,000 actually around that mark so far, give or take a little bit of change. So we'll get this parked up, as that is now going to do this. Let's go ahead and take a look at where we're at. 75% full. Grass is still cutting. Let's make sure grass is still cutting up there, and that lets us move into the combine here, and we might as well head that over to where we have plenty more nearly full tank. Ooh, we did turn around and run into a little tree there. Check that out. cherry tree looking like a bush. Have to turn around and figure out to whack that out of there. Should not just be cruising across the crop. Although that's actually thankfully sugar beets, so we don't have a lot to worry about. Not going to do crop damage there. See if we can get away without actually disconnecting the head or anything like that. We don't have too far to go. I'm not sure if we can get there. Can we get there without causing a ruckus if we don't take the head off? That's the question. We have plenty of wide open space here, so that'll get us half of the way there. Let's see if we can get it down to the field there without taking the head off. Which depends on where the fences are going to come in. A few little rows missed. We're not going to turn around and worry about those. We do have a big rock pile in the field here, so a couple of ways we could deal with that. Haven't exactly made a decision there yet. Oh, hopefully that sign is not a hitbox thing. Sweet. That would have been a short trip. Alright, cool. That works, and then this is wide open. Should get us down to where we need to be. Field access here coming up, and then we'll turn around and get this started off into our soybean field there. Nice and dry now. Whoa. Let's see. Don't be a pain to get into the field. Drop this down. Let's just go ahead and clear our way into the field there. AI tank is full. Yes, sir. Got you. Copy that. Be on the way there. Just a moment. Gonna have to put one more worker to work here. Headlands. We want to do all that. Yes, sir. We do. And send it. Let's see if our combine driver is doing great. Yeah, I don't even want to say anything because he looks like he set it off in some weird direction, doing something funky right now. What are you doing, sir? Work the headlands on. Start with the headlands. Oh, reset. Stop. That's because that's a product because I did two headlands. So he's going to start with the inside headland first. That was all my fault. And honestly, with this big a head, do not need two headlands. Totally my fault. Not an AI problem there. AI, cool. Yeah, send it. Alright, let's do that. Yeah, exactly. Bad orders to a decent worker. In that case, that was all me. Let's jump over here, get this one going again. This is going to be a big back and forth kind of month. A lot of stuff happening here this month. Ooh, you overran it. We are going to definitely need to pick up a few more tractors, and speed is going to have to be something that we're going to be concerned with, is our top end speed, as quite honestly these versatile tractors will get the job done are a little slow. So maybe we'll start looking at some faster tractors and whatnot, though we do still have other things in the Plains and Prairies, the versatile equipment and stuff like that to pick up, so we'll take a look at some of that too. But we'll have to take a look at some options. We know that we don't have a lot of speed in anything that is the Plains and Prairie stuff, so yeah, let's just run this off and go for another sale quick. Should be our second to the last dump is my guess. We have an AI worker done. Must be our mower, my guess. Yep, certainly is. Alright, we'll have to go up and actually sort some of that out, because I'm sure they're going to want to run into each other and whatnot there. Bam! Another 120 $28,000. Certainly cannot complain making that kind of money per trip. Sugar beets definitely profitable, but we'll get this back and get the mower straightened. We're here trying to get some of the grass cleaned up. Did just turn around and get a notice that we have an AI worker at about 80% full. So we are going to turn around and jump up here to turn around and empty that, as we can assume it's this guy, although maybe it's not even sugar beets. Actually, should have kind of contemplated it may be soybeans. Now that I think about it, let's turn around and jump in and take a look. Nope, that's our guy. 89% full. Soybeans probably not that far behind, but we will be on notice here. Doing a decent job on the field. Honestly, the amount that's been missed is completely negligible as far as I'm concerned. Does not matter. Not going to worry about going back to pick that up. Any chance you're going to get full? No, not yet. Don't miss that whole row, or everything I just said about you is totally, I take it back. Not sure what his plan of attack is here. Alright, what's the problem up here? Let's go take a look. Held up by traffic. Of course. And the tank fills up as soon as we leave the neighborhood. Will that go back? No. Stop, 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 stop. Alright, fold that back up. You waste of time, you. Okay, back over here. I swear, I should just turn the traffic off. Probably make life a lot easier, especially when you turn around and having the other AI driving around, quite frankly. They just run into each other to make your life fun and interesting. They work their way through traffic. You would think that I don't know, maybe you should despawn the traffic in front or something. Let's get that in here quick. Looks like we're gonna end up with one more. It's probably 650,000 just in sugar beets off of this field. So the sugar beets alone paid for 3/4 of the field, and then we turned around and got that other 125,000 off in the grains. So yeah, $800,000. We probably picked up all this acreage for $100,000 by the time it was all said and done. So calling that one a winner for sure. Gonna go off and get this dumped and then be back in it. We did get the mower back to the farm here, so we are gonna get that cleaned up, as its harvest job is now done for a couple of months. Both our grass fields are done there, so we won't have anything coming now for 90 days, something in that neighborhood. So plenty of time to clean this one up and get it put away there. We'll put that back, jump in there, and we will head over. This one conveniently gets parked right around the corner there from the wash. And perfect. Get that one there. Then we got, 80% full on that one. Or we can jump back down here and try to turn around and get some more grass picked up. Well, we have some time, so we'll keep working at that, and we'll keep it updated as we get that field cleaned. Well, we did just get a notification that we have an AI with a full tank, so we will have to head down to the soybean field there, as not quite ready on the sugar beet. Sugar beet's almost done with that field there, so shouldn't really be any more hauling off of that field per se. Made a great amount of money off of that sugar beet field. So my suggestion is anytime if you have the way to harvest it, if you can pick up sugar beet land that is harvestable, it is definitely going to pay for itself to do that. It pretty much paid for the 2 grain fields that we picked up alongside of it as well. So definitely worth picking up to harvest if you can do it. Well, there's a little section that our guy has not gotten. Not sure what the deal is there, but we don't want to miss that. Although probably not really that much there at the end of the day. Let's get this opened up. I suppose you're going to be turned the wrong way in the field too, right, bro? That's not cool. That means either we got to damage soybeans or we got to turn you. Not gonna turn around and damage the crop just because you did things that way. We will say, hey man, take a break and we will dump that out for you. Get that offloaded. Going to be 50,000 liters of soybeans. And this we're going to have to change things up because we're not just going to sell this. This was definitely planted, planned, and has a purpose. So we will not just be selling our soybeans. And let's get you back to work there if we can. Easy enough. Let's get out of here before he dings the machine. I guess actually I don't even know if we need to run that. Let's leave that. Let's leave that here for a second. We'll jump up here. Should be working on our last row there. Hopefully it's all gonna fit here. This is going to be close. I don't know. Ooh, that's probably not all going to fit there, but we'll see. Maybe we get a little lucky. Things are chopped up. Yeah, it'll fit. Like nothing. Of course, it's going to be just about a whole another load. It's another 128,000, I think is what they've come out at. Alright, let's get you out of here. We will take over the machine from here. That was an extremely profitable venture. You know what? We're just going to go absolute cross country, and then we'll catch up when we get it down there. Alrighty, so here we are with the last of the sugar beets come off the field there. We are just going to sell them outright right out of the machine. Should be around another 128,000, which I don't even know. I lost track of how many times we did that. I think we really profited about 800. I want to say just short of $800,000 off of that field and all that stuff. I mean, up to $1.5 million there. So that's definitely going to give us some breathing room that we needed. Should actually change the steering mode on this thing while I'm all bopping around like this, but probably not going to do that. So we'll have to go get the head switched here. We do have more work for this machine, so let's get that done. Right, so as you can see, we have swapped over to the veggie head here. And whoa, 1,700 in payments. It's okay. We're making money hand over fist right now. We're gonna run with it. We got a lot to get done. So there we are. Veggie head on the harvester. So we're gonna turn around and drop that one down here. AI wants to do 2. Work the headlands. Start with the headlands and send it. here should jump right in there and get going. Ready to harvest. That's going to be a pea harvest, which, what was the yield bonus there? 92% yield bonus, so we should be looking at a very profitable crop there. And then we'll jump over, take a look where our soybeans at, about 20,000 there, 41%. Plenty of room to go there, and make sure our peas are working good. Peter is picking the peas and doing just fine. Sweet, sweet. So we will jump back in here and keep working on the grass. Ooh, we should throw some more silage additive in here. We are not going to worry about that right now as we're in too big a time crunch. So we're just going to get going. I don't know if we have more or if we got to go buy some. I don't know. We'll have to take a look at that. Probably have to go buy some. We were broke and probably did not have much to spend right now. Like I say, due to time constraints, we are just going to turn around and run what we brung, which is no silage additive. So this is just straight field bonus. All we're going to get off of that field. Try to keep an eye on our workers here, making sure everything is going as well as it can, and we're making progress. So we'll just keep on at it, and then we'll check back in along the way. There we are, just catching up to the combine there. Should be all done now. We will get this one over here, be able to pick up the rest of the soybeans here. Have to admit, I think we harvested a little more than was planned, so cannot complain there. It's always good when you get a winning number. Alright, let's get, oops, bring that in. Actually, we can turn around and pipe that out. And we can drop that there, close that up, get that all ready to be packed up, as I don't think we have any more fields there that we're going to be working with that. No, that's going to be it for that one. Let's go ahead and jump into soybeans here. We'll turn around and take that off. Oh, looks like there's been a head-to-head on the old road out here. Where are you going, buddy? Make a decision. Alright, close that up. Bioplastics is going to be the place for soybeans currently. Again, it's one of those cool industries because it does work with some of the product that you don't have a ton of other place for, which is kind of nice. Like working the soybean field, they do definitely sell for a bunch of money. 108,000 liters, almost 109,000 liters there that we're rolling in with. And we'll get that off loaded here, turn around and take a look in the bioplastics. There we are, watching that stock go up. Going to hold 100,000. We had some in there, so still going to give us 36,000. I think we're going to just kind of keep that as a backup stock for now. So run that back up to the farm. Here we are, just pull it into the farm here. Turn around and put this in our storage silo here. Not exactly sure all what we do have in there. 43,000 liters of corn, and now we're certainly going to add a little bit of soybean to that, so getting a little bit of a backup supply of things for when we need them. Always a positive. That is there. This is done, so we're gonna have to head this one down. Actually, I don't know if we're gonna have to head this down. Let's take a look. 90,000. Yeah, it's still too early to tell, so we're gonna let that one keep going. I'm gonna turn around and jump in here, pick up some more grass, and then we will check back with how things are going. Here we come with the rest of the grass off of that field. So gonna get this tipped up, and then we'll turn around and make sure that we are up and running here. May have turned everything off. We did not, so there we are, back up and running. Looks like we're good. Good. Everything looking great. Cannot turn around and complain. What did we get in there for grass? Actually, 327,000 liters out of that field, and we do still have the other field to go pick up, so we're gonna head this one up that way. Looks like we're gonna have to do something with manure, probably slurry sometime soon as well. More equipment, more things to buy for sure. Let's get this headed up to the other grass field, get that one working, and then we'll just kind of check in with wherever we're at that point. Right, so what we are gonna do is switch up a couple of things here real quick, turn around and actually grab the Ford tractor. We're going to turn around and head that up with the forage trailer, and then we'll turn around and see if we can go pick up our plow here quick. I don't know, we're going to have to actually move that other wagon. I think that one is in the way. Plow takes up quite a bit of space. Do just turn around and leave it sandwiched in there. I don't know if we can sneak this out. Here goes the paint. Ooh, really close. Can we get one more bump? You can get by. Yes. Yes. Certainly can. It's fine. We'll explain the paint later. No problem. Lifetime repairs. It's all under warranty. It's all fine. Alright. It's all good. Good. Conventional method for moving the tractor out of the farm, but we are going to turn around and sneak this one out and throw it in the field there where we got those soybeans done. Again, trying to get as much done in the time that we have. We do know that we have another field that we want to put in the, of course. Can you go by if I turn out of the way? Will you go by? No. Is there any way that we get by one another here? No. There's not. You're going to let more traffic. Traffic. Alright, go, mailman. You are so inconvenient. Alright, let's move. Well, we can turn around and get a run on. That is the one drawback to this plow, is it certainly takes up a lot of the road. Watch out, pedestrian. And not traffic friendly at all in the slightest sense of the word, especially when you have fences to deal with. Here we go with another group of traffic. We're just going to have to see where we can slot in here. I don't know if we're going to be able to beat the guy to the corner. Oh, are you kidding? That was rude, bro. Don't be a mailman. What? Now you're going to brake check me. Go, bro. Not farmer friendly there at all, man. Alright, well, we are going to turn around and get this one up in this field is our goal here. Let's turn around and get this opened up. And then we'll see if we can set this guy to work here. We're just going to do one hedgerow, work the hedgerows, start with the headlands, and set it. See if that'll work. We'll jump in the combine quick here and get that out of the way. Hopefully in time so that guy doesn't head right for us. Alright, gather this up and head it back to the farm. One less thing we're going to have to worry about there along the way. Plenty of stuff going on and still plenty to do. Uh-oh. Gonna go back over. It doesn't want to roll. Get back on the wheels. There we go. Alright, that's cool. Alright, always a lot when we get back to this section of the farm. So we'll get this turned around and parked up, and then we gotta get the, we're gonna have to check on our pea harvester there. Alright, so we have made the swap out, turn around, and do have the Ford here working on the forage trailer, or working with the forage trailer, picking up our grass here. We have the other Versatile, the big Versatile, out plowing now, and the small Versatile, I believe is the 255, is kind of staged there with the trailer waiting for the peas, which should be getting desperately close to filling up at this point. Just trying to keep as many tractors working as we can, get as much done as possible, as fast as possible. Kind of our goal this month. Alright, that field underway. Obviously we'll have to replant that field, and then plow and deal with this field. So still plenty to go on this month, and the time push continues. Let's go. I can't believe the thing didn't fill up. It was at 89% when it turned around and finally got out here to the field with the Ford. So shocked that that one is not full yet, actually. Any minute now it should be hitting its marks. Yeah, if we have to actually run this trailer, we're definitely not going to run this trailer with the Ford. The Ford can work this thing in the field for sure, but the this thing is super slow. Not what I would recommend for a field runner at all, to be honest. Super cool looking tractor though, I have to say. I really like the look of it. In practical use, it's pretty slow, so depending on, you know, how far you gotta go to goals, it definitely has its uses and its drawbacks, I'll say that. Though it is a cheap weight for it's like 475 horsepower or something, you know, it's like a $200,000 tractor, so you're definitely gonna give up something to get that kind of power for that price. And speed is what you definitely give up with this one. Works fine in the field though, don't have any problems there. Yeah, it's not a transport tractor. Great wheel selections for it. I have to say, tons and tons of options for how you would want to set it up wheel wise. There we go, there's our full tank we're looking for, so we'll just shut that down, and hopefully we can get a jump over into this tractor. We'll just have to kind of go see what our harvester is doing down there. Pull open the old tarp there. Apparently it's decided to split the fields. or split the field. That's why this is our runner trailer, though. By far the fastest thing we have. Now these are peas, so we're not going to be able to drive out into this field. And I don't know that this guy left us. Definitely did not. Gotta talk to these employees, man. They're making things more difficult than they need to be. That's for sure. Not saving us any headaches on our dumps at all. Look out, man. Alright, let's get this back here. Nice load of peas. Again, gonna end up filling the trailer here. Although just one, and it should be good on the rest. It's going to turn around and take care of that, you would think. So we won't need the trailer down here anymore after this. That's the good news. Alright, get that sent on its way. We'll turn around and jump in here. This is obviously going to be a run to the preserved food factory is where this is all going to go. Canned peas going to start bringing us in some money to go along with our green beans. Should up our value there quite a bit, so we'll catch up when we get over there. Actually, I suppose we really don't have too far to go. We might as well just kind of take in the run down the field with the harvester there as we smoke that one and leave it behind into the distance. There we can see our preserved food factory, so again, not too far. I think we'll just put it all in here as we can get over there quick, or as quick as we possibly can. 33 miles an hour, as fast as we got. If all of our tractors were this fast, I guess it wouldn't be so bad, but this is the only thing that we have that's even remotely quick. Whoa. Did turn around and get an update on the Apple Orchard mod. That came out today, so I actually haven't turned around and got a look. Ooh, we don't want to turn around and sell these. Just about sold our peas. Totally off-road and making a mess. That's why we're in a tractor, though, so we're good. Oh, oh, a little rough of a landing there. Cool, yeah. And we will go into the preserved food factory here quick, and then we'll look and see if we can find peas, canned peas. We're gonna activate that. Slam, bam. Thank you, thank you. Alright, so it looks like we couldn't quite get it all in there, so we are going to have definitely extra. Not sure if that holds a whole year's supply or not, or if we are going to need to restock that as we go along, to be honest. Don't know, so I think for now we'll probably hang on. We're going the wrong way. Whipping around too fast. Driving on the neighbor's field. Good thing it's harvested and nobody's going to be mad at us. Alright, so we are... Oh, wait. We actually said we don't need this at the field. That means we can get this, although it's got peas in it. So how are we going to deal with that? That's fine. We'll just bring the peas back to the farm. Yep, we're going to have to put in some sort of holding or sell it. But even if we sell them, we'll turn around and get it back to the farm so we can get it all into one, and then see how much weight we have there, whether we're going to turn around and bother trying to store it or just sell it, and then we will keep getting the rest of that grass picked up. Let's see where we're at. Plow is actually cruising along good there. If we can get that grass done, we are going to need a mulcher, I suppose, if we're going to worry about doing that field. Where are we at? Look, with field, yeah, we're going to have to plow that field. Could be mulched, plowed, and limed, but then we're going to have to pick up a mulcher. So plenty of decisions to make here coming this month yet. We'll turn around and get this up in to the farm quick. We'll just set this off here so we can easily dump into that. And then we'll jump over here, keep trying to work on, nope, not the field. We want the tractor. Alright, so back in at this, and we'll keep that going. And then we'll check back in when we get those peas ready. And here we are, bringing in the final load of grass from our fields. All harvest complete there. Another 41,000 liters, so we can turn around and take a quick peek in here. I was 618,000 liters of grass off of the 3 fields combined. That's without the silage additive bonus there, so we are definitely pulling enough that we don't even really need to worry about spending on silage additive at this point, though it's, you know, free yield. Well, not free yield, it's a bonus yield, I guess, and worth the cost. We just haven't done that, but we will turn around and pick up some silage additive for the tanks on here when we think about that. Obviously, should be done. Turn around and looking at the month we did harvest, we were able to sell $1 million worth of harvest. Excuse me. So far this month, we do still have our products to sell. So we'll be jumping back to the farm there now that the grass is done, and then we will go sell that stuff and probably purchase our silage additive at the same time there, and we'll catch up at that point. Here we are. We have loaded up the truck, so we do have all of our green beans on board there. We will run this one over quick and sell that. Pulling that in. There we go. 80,000 in green beans. And then we'll pull this over here quick. And we will go ahead and sell our corn tortillas. Everything works out here. It should go nice and easy. Woo! Hanging up a little bit there. $64,000 on that push. See if we can get that there quick. And we'll head over with these. Whoop. You should not try moving that much when we're doing this. There we go. Another good chunk of money there. Grab that. Do we get another one to drop? Certainly do. And then we'll head that over. I think that should do it. Or, yep, perfect. That's going to take care of that. Still running along. Put us over the $2 million mark there. We do have apples, which we could turn around and sell or store. I don't think we'll be selling the apple juice, if I'm not mistaken. That's kind of at a low. We will check out the update here on the apple orchard mod. So we do have new pallets there. Those were changed. Hook this up. Whoa, we're rolling back. All right. Dump more water. Supposed to hold more water now. Not exactly sure. Haven't actually looked at. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, so we're more recipes added. So that's definitely a thing. Manure, apples with seeds, manure, and water. Just manure and water, so that's cool. We could actually do that one and start picking up some more there. So we do have manure. It'd be a use for our manure. Turn around and probably start looking into that. Although we do already get enough apples the way they are, is we're not really looking to just push out a ton of apples. So it holds almost 80,000 liters of water now. Let's see how this is gonna work. Bam, they do turn around and suck up much faster now. That was also one of the improvements. Pallets were made more functionable, faster to sell, and all of that. Apples, I guess, apple juice, same. So maybe we will turn around and load that up just to take a look at how that's gonna sell. Now, oh, more apples. How many apples do we have going on? We probably have enough. We could start actually selling apples. Yeah, 13,000. So we definitely really don't need, unless we want to sell apples separate, we do not need to worry about changing our recipe there. Though we certainly could. Alright, let's jump in here quick. We'll just go over and we'll sell the apples for science. Just to, see how it all works now with the change in the update. Alright, drop that down. Goes up. The pallets do look different. I'm assuming these are not going to sink in. Whoop. Yeah, those do not sink in like the other ones did. So that's a nice improvement there. I know we saw that in the past videos. So the pallets much improved on that mod. Nice to see. Digging that. Good work. And then let's go ahead and see how they sell. We'll turn around and take the straps off just so we get like a clean checkout. Oh yeah, way faster, way easier to sell there. $44,000. That's definitely a winner. They weren't selling at a high mark. We knew we weren't going to get super profit out of it. That was not the goal there. We just wanted to see how everything was going to sell. So big improvement there on that mod, have to say. Great update with that. And so then I think for the most part what that's going to turn around and do is we do have everything sold. So we'll go ahead and take a look at our money really quick here. We did sell $318,000 worth of product on top of doing a little over $1 million worth of harvests sold. So a $1.3 million month. Our most successful to date by far. I would say that a lot of that definitely comes because we picked that new field area and it was obviously already ready to harvest, so bonus there, that's for sure. But it offsets the cost of picking up that $900,000 worth of field. Definitely is paying off at this point. Basically got the field for free. Woo! Getting home. Basically, yeah, again, picked up the field for free as long as we were able to harvest everything off it, which fortunately we were. And that just kind of leaves us now at the point for the month. If we turn around and take a look, we obviously have the plow out here, just about to finish that up. We will have the new start field to get in this place, and then we will have the two fields to replant. So plowing and planting is left to go, but our spring cleanup is done, or the start of our spring cleanup is done. Now it's just kind of on to planting and plowing, but I think we are going to call that one a win. Say thanks for tuning in. Remember, if you get a chance, like, share, subscribe. Subscriptions are free, but they sure do help the channel. Y'all have a great day.